Good morning, YouTube. It is Monday, November 16th, and this is a quick pre-market video update, technical analysis update on the S&P. I'm also going to cover NASDAQ, QQQ, the tech composite, and the DXY. See if you can get some kind of wrench thrown in what's looking like a bullish move. All right, let's dive right in. On the S&P a couple weeks ago, the weekend before the election, why did I just do that? The weekend before the election, I made a video saying that, hey, we're going to hold support at 325 and likely break out to the upside. The chart was still here. And over the next week, we saw a mega move develop. And now we've got a triangle that broke out, it retested, and now it's trying to make an upwards move again. Now, a couple of things to look out for is a 61.8 or 78.6 retracement. What am I talking about? I'm talking about these moves where we get a retracement and then a rejection and we head back down. And we saw this develop over here where we had this rejection. The chart had made a sell-off and then it started retracing back up to the last swing high, right? It was still a retracement because we hadn't broken that swing high yet. And it retraced to 78.6, which was 350, and then came back down. That week, we bought 354 puts right here, right at the top, and then we sold them a little later for some profit. Now, this move that's developing right now, are we going to see the same thing? Let's look at a more detailed view. Based on what the S&P is showing, I'm just going to remove all drawings. Based on what the S&P is showing, we could be seeing something similar developing, right? And this is the levels we want to pay attention to. Right? We want to stay above 360. We must stay above 360. That's just a given. We want to close above 363 if you want to see a bullish continuation to my previous target of 370. Well, it's actually like 374. Let's go back to the daily and fib, the larger swing, so we can see where exactly we're headed. If we get an extension off the COVID crash, the liquidity grab of this move, which is the most likely scenario, I want to try to be as specific as possible, so I'm going to try to turn on my magnet tool, even though it sucks. It doesn't suck, I just don't really like using it. And let's take this wick low. Come on, TradingView, play nice, please. One more time. I really don't like the magnet tool. Here we go. All right, so to be exact, our target's 371 off this big extension. What am I seeing? 371 again. I'm seeing 371 off the next extension too. So we want to see the S&P kind of continue this triangle breakout and head up to 371. We're seeing two actual extension targets. It's called confluence by some, and see that move develop, right? So that's for the S&P. Now let's hop into tech. Tech had a little bit of a slowdown, and it hasn't broken the triangle yet. Like, these charts almost look the same, right? These charts look the same, except for S&P's like up here compared to tech. It hasn't broken the triangle. So we want to see momentum come back into Tesla. We want to see momentum come back into Apple. Some of those big tech names, AMD, Microsoft. We want to see the money flow come back in tech to get the QQQ to break out. And if the Q breaks out, if the Q gets up to the 300s while the S&P's going up, good luck to you, bears. I've been bullish. I've been saying risk is on up until we get to the 370s. So I think technically speaking, 370 on the S&P should be the next target. Unless we go back and we get that same type of retracement move and we get an interim top at 363. I'm going to hop on to futures real quick before going into the DXY. Yep, we got to get above these levels. I mean, or else it's going to look exactly like this previous move or similar to So I'll likely be scaling out some of my SPXL calls today while we're high. I did have a big position that was an OTM. Today it should be closer to in the money. So I'll probably profit take some of those SPXL calls and just wait because they do expire soon. And yeah, we just don't want to get another one of these. If you get another one of these and you probably want to hedge and then close it back out like below 3,568 and allow the market to show more direction. Probably by 37.13 OTM calls when it does start to form a bottom. But I don't think we're gonna see a big crash or anything. As a matter of fact, I think the market loves indecision in terms of presidential office, right? POTUS. Why am I saying that? Well, during impeachment proceedings, we had a major move, right? We had a major move developing, and it was like a big bull trap. But whoever was bearish during impeachment and was shorting just based on impeachment didn't make any money, right? Like they just got ran over. What I'd seen earlier, right? I think it was like, this was December. What I'd seen earlier, like in October, was this break. And I'm like, hey, we're going to go in a risk on. And then we saw this big extension play out before COVID crashed. So this was during impeachment. Right, during impeachment, the market made like 14%. So, if the election gets stuck in the courts, I think that's a good thing for the market. It's just gonna create like a more of a bubbly environment, right? So there's gonna be a lot of profits made to the upside, but then at some point, it's gonna want to come back and correct. So let's see if we can get up to the 370s. Now looking at the DXY, sometimes when the dollar starts rallying, markets tend to sell off. It is looking like, if we throw our proprietary indicator Phantom does like to catch DXY bottoms and tops. I mean, it has done this over and over and over, right? Since 2010, actually since 2009. Phantom has not missed a bottom on the dollar index, the daily chart, and it's got several of the tops. So, can the dollar rally back up? That's a possibility, right? But I don't think it's gonna deteriorate markets, right? I've got some analysis that I made months ago, and I'll talk about that in this video because we got some time until open. We could actually head lower. Now, why do I not think that it's gonna completely wreck markets? Last time it was doing this, we saw actually a rally out of the S&P and the QQQ for some time. I'm just trying to find a chart that's not annotated. There we go. So last time Phantom did this, where he consolidated on the daily, rubbing down Phantom, we had seen a corrective market, right? Or consolidating. I'm not going to call it corrective. We saw the stock market consolidate. And I posted this as soon as we entered this correction in our VIPs. I was like, hey, like, what's going to happen? Because the dollar's at the bottom. Is it going to kill stocks? Well, I hadn't, right? And this is one of the reasons, this correlation that we saw here, where the stock market did like almost a descending triangle. It was. And it ended up rallying up alongside the dollar, even though this could be counted as a descending triangle. But it was more symmetrical. We saw a breakout, and we saw an extension before a true correction. Now, but more importantly, as the dollar was moving up, right, as this dollar index was moving up from the bottom, so was the stock market, right? Like these correlate to August 14th of 2018. Oh, you guys can't see the dollar. I'm sorry, man. Here. So as the stock market was kind of consolidating. We're not gonna call it correcting. It was as it was consolidating after a big leg down, with the dollar index at phantom low. After it, as the dollar rallied, the stock market rallied as well. So fast forward to today, we're seeing something very similar. Right, the DXY is back at the low, at phantom low, phantom buy zone, and the SPY did a triangle. And I don't care what your other favorite YouTubers or people you follow on Twitter say about another crash coming. I don't think it's coming yet, right? I don't think it's coming yet. I think we might see liquidity off the 370s, but I do think it's wrong to be short before then. So here we're seeing the DXY doing what it did back in 2018, getting these green buy triangles off phantom buy zone. We're seeing the same thing here. We had seen the market do a triangle. We saw a market do a triangle. And now if the dollar heads up, I think if the dollar heads up either higher or lower, we're still going to get that move to the 370s. That about wraps it up. That's all I've got for this week. Make sure to join us in Discord. What we do on Monday, it is Money Monday. We open up all our stock market channels to everyone, to the public. So if you want to see how we're positioning ourselves to take advantage of everything I just talked about, click the link, join Discord. I'll see you there. Have a great day.